and welcome back to my channel. I am the Mass Trans and you are watching me, baby. Now before we get today's video started, I just want to give a quick what's up to my peeps, and you already know. It's a diabolical middle finger for all of you drag race creeps. You know who you are. So, today is Saturday morning, by the way. Happy Saturday. I hope you guys are having an amazing weekend. Happy Pride, happy Juneteenth. And today we're going to talk about RuPaul's Drag Race. Now, let me tell y'all something. Before we start this review, don't come over here with that. I know everybody has their fans and who they love, and I am going to be completely impartial and give you guys the raw, honest, unadulterated truth, okay? So if I happen to read one of your favorites, it's because they're readable. So don't take it up with me, take it up with them. So let's talk about it. So I brought along some notes because there was 2 episodes. They did a double season premiere. So there was a lot that happened in those 2 episodes. And I'm not really a notes girl. I really try to speak off the cuff because I feel like if something is good or extremely bad, it will leave a lingering impression. You will not be able to forget it, and you won't need a note. So if I forget it, it just means that it didn't do a whole lot, okay? So let's talk about the entry looks. Now, as a whole, there was no one, as far as an entry look, that I was just absolutely floored by. There were definitely some good ones. There were some that were above average. There were some that were like, girl, why did you come here like that? And there were some that you were just like, did you even try? So let's talk about the good ones. So I'm gonna rate these on a scale of 1 to 4. And I'll tell you right now, after that, no one in my opinion got a 5. Nothing, like I said, was just like breathtaking for me. And I don't know if I'm just a super harsh critic, but there was nothing that really moved me. So let's talk about the girls that I gave a 4 to. First up, I have Akira Davenport. She came out in the gold. Akira is very polished, right? I'm not sure that she's the strongest performer, but in terms of her overall aesthetic, Akira gives you a put together aesthetic. So I gave Akira a 4. Let's see, Jan. Jan came out in sort of this leather, lavender bondage thing. It reminded me of Naomi Smalls with the sort of rings. I believe Naomi has one sort of in red. So it reminded me a lot of Naomi's past costumes. But it was still put together, so I gave Jan a 4. I thought that, her outfit was pretty put together. Raja O'Hara in the blue and lavender cape peplum number with the sort of airbrush looking boots. Gave her a 4. Raja for me so far is one of the standouts. I'll come back to that a little bit later. So I gave Raja a 4. Ginger Minj, did not give her a 4. I didn't know what it was giving. Sis came on there looking like a herpes sample. I'm like, we're not doing that, Ginger. So Ginger Minj, I gave like a 3 too, because I mean there was some effort. I just didn't get the aesthetic. I didn't get these pink, cysts all over her green costume. It wasn't giving for me. Yara Sophia, I gave Yara Sophia. She also came in gold. I gave her a 4 as well. Silky Nutmeg Ganache. Silky looked beautiful. She's a big girl. So big girls have a set of challenges that are very specific to big girls. But I love Silky's confidence, because a lot of girls would probably be a little less inclined to A, be in drag, and B, put themselves out on a global platform like Drag Race because they would be afraid of being judged. But Silky really steps up for the big girls and does it with confidence. So I appreciate that. She came out with this beautiful blue gown with this extended ponytail with the little balls in there, and so I thought she looked absolutely beautiful. Makeup was on point, so I gave Silky 4 stars. Again, I wasn't blown away by it, but I thought as far as the overall look together, there was a clear concept, a clear vision, and she executed it perfectly. Who else did I give a 4 to? I gave Pandora Box. She came out with a sort of a cape glitter ensemble, lavender glitter ensemble. I gave her 4 stars. I loved what hers looked like as well. Again, she looked expensive, right? It looked like that costume cost some money. So even though it wasn't sort of avant-garde and this innovative concept, it was still very polished, and so I gave Pandora Box 4 stars as well. I also gave 4 stars to Scarlet Envy. She came out with the pink and yellow sort of Southern Belle number, so I gave 4 stars to Scarlet Envy. And then the last one, I gave 4 stars to, no, there's 2 more. I gave 4 stars to Eureka and 4 stars to Sonique. So those are my favorite entrance looks. Jiggly Caliente. I don't want to... I can't get jiggy with it. Jiggly, I cannot get jiggly with it. I cannot get jiggy with it. And I would like to, but I just can't get jiggy with Sis's aesthetic. So is there anyone else? And that's all I'm going to say about that, because we'll come back to jiggling later. Trinity K. Bonet. Now let me tell you something. Trinity K. Bonet is someone I watch on the internet. Sophia McIntosh, if you guys don't know who she is, she's one of the legendary hosts of drag shows out of Atlanta. She's hosted several pageants. She has a We Are You radio station. Go support Sophia's radio station. We Are You is LGBTQ owned and operated, so support We Are You radio. So Miss Sophia has a show. Well, I believe Trinity has a show. They've been doing these quarantine shows on Facebook and on YouTube during the pandemic, and so I've been watching those with some regularity and watching Trinity behind stage, and Trinity always gives you a nasty aesthetic, backstage. So I'm like, I cannot wait to see her perform. So when I heard that she was going to be on Drag Race, I was like, okay, she's about to bring this heat. Baby, when sis stepped up in there with her entrance look, I'm like, oh no, she got to be playing it. There has to be more to this look. And again, it was one of those things where the look wasn't bad. It was just pedestrian. It was just a basic look. Like, it was just like, I'm just gonna pull some of my old drag out the closet. Girl, give me that top. Girl, let me have them shoes. Girl, give me that skirt. And she just threw together a look and was like, here I am. Now, Trinity, if you didn't come to play, girl, why are you there? Move out. Like, for some of these girls who came and showed up on the show who are not giving 100%, don't come back giving us 50. Don't come back, like, you already know when you come on this show, right? There's going to be sewing challenges, there's going to be acting challenges. Your aesthetic is going to be judged, gone over with a fine-tooth comb. So when you get the call for RuPaul's Drag Race and they say, girl, the mass trans girl, we want you. Girl, the first thing I'm doing, girl, I'm on Pinterest, girl, I'm in Vogue, I'm everywhere I could possibly think of. I'm watching videos, trying to create, something that is going to be, that is going to set me apart from A, what I've done previously, B, what I've been doing up until this very date, and something that's going to move and take me to a bigger, broader audience and space in my career. And I just didn't see that in Trinity's entrance look, and I was really disappointed by that. So, but I still love you, Trinity, so shout out to you, but I just didn't feel like you brought what you were supposed to bring. So that's that. So we get past the entrance look, and then we are having this extravaganza, right? Variety extravaganza. So this is a variety show. And again, we're gonna go back to Trinity. I'm just gonna get it out of the way. So we have this variety extravaganza. I'm loose now. I'm loose. Okay, so I ain't got nothing holding me back. So we do this variety extravaganza. Pandora Box does great. Eureka does this sort of screen dress where there's a projection of her dress. Who else? My girl Raja, she made a dress in under 1 minute, which I thought was really cool. Jiggly did just pretty much a number that you would see at any club across America. Who else was there? Oh, I love Scarlet Envy's bubble number. Like, I didn't feel like that got the, because here's the thing about Scarlet Envy's bubble number that I love. When you're on that platform and you have that many people watching you, nerves will be reflected anytime you have to be steady enough to do something that requires a steady hand. And sis was so calm and relaxed and grabbing bubbles and, making bubble rings and I was like, okay. And not only was she calm and steady and, had a concept that she executed perfectly, it was completely original. Hadn't seen it before. I was like, oh, okay. This hoe is here to win. Okay, keep your eye on Scarlet, right? Because I was just like, oh, okay, that I don't understand why she didn't necessarily get the spotlight that she deserves, in my opinion. Comment below if you watched and whether or not you thought Scarlet should have placed higher in that challenge. And then you had Silky Nutmeg Ganache. She played the piano. Ginger Minge. Let me tell y'all something. If these girls are underestimating the power of Ginger Minge, they are sadly mistaken. Ginger Minge is a force to be reckoned with, because a lot of times these girls who are younger come into these competitions and feel like, oh, she's old, or oh, she's, not shapely, and oh, she's not aesthetically, traditionally beautiful, what have you. But I'll tell you what, Ginger Minge has personality by the bucket load. Ginger Minge is funny, quick-witted. When those acting challenges come up, when those acting challenges come around and these girls have to compete against Ginger Man in those acting challenges, they're going to gag. I promise you. I promise you. And that's why I say, like, if you know that you're going to be an all-star, girl, go take you some improv classes, girl. Be prepared when you come back on here. Don't come back with your fingers crossed, girl. Don't come back with this I figured out energy. We're not doing that. We're not doing that, girl. Proper preparation prevents piss poor performance, right? So if you know you're coming back on Drag Race and you know that you've gotten that call and you've accepted the challenge, girl, go all the way in, because Ginger Minj has natural talent. And I'm not saying that if you take improv classes or acting classes or sewing classes or whatever you might need in order to elevate, that you'll be on the level of those girls who are, old hands at it, so to speak. But you don't want to be a complete novice either. So, and I really think that they better keep their eye on Ginger Minj. That's all I'm going to say. I didn't like the entrance look, but I know what they look for on these judging panels. And Ginger Minj has that, she has that it factor that she's just funny. She's funny, and she's going to be a gag to watch, and I'm excited to see what she brings to this season. Who else? Jan sang her ass off. Did y'all hear Jan? I thought, oh. So I gave you a whole Mariah moment. So I said, I can't sing. I can't sing. But Jan came and gave you a whole concert. So Jan, when those singing challenges come up, it's a rap girl. It's Jan and it's who else? Silky Nutmeg Ganache did a little piano singing number. And Silky could hold the tune, but I'm not sure that singing was necessarily her thing. So next time, bring a backing track, But don't try to do it a cappella or do it with the piano, because we're just not quite there yet. Raja is another one who I think was it Raja that can sing. But Raja for me is also on the level of a Ginger Minj, just less experience. But Raja came not to play with these girls. Raja is not here to play. Raja came laser focused. Keep your eye on Raja. And everyone else pretty much did, not Trinity, but what's the child's name? Why can't I think of her name? Akiria. She's a Davenport. So Akiria came and did her little number. So that was cute. Again, nothing mind-blowing. But let's talk about the ones that I did not like. So Serena Cha-Cha did some weird number, which was bad, but not horrible. It was bad, but not horrible. Now, let me tell y'all why I say this. Come close. Come close. Now, I know it's a bunch of Yara Sophia fans out there, right? And y'all love Yara Sophia. But I'm going to tell y'all right now. I didn't get it. I didn't get it. I didn't understand how Yara Sophia won that challenge with all of the Scarlets and the Jans and the Gingers and the Pandora. Pandora box was another good one. That's one I forgot to mention. And the Pandoras. Y'all thought that, this, a bouncing chest plate was, first of all, it wasn't funny to me. I don't know, maybe I take myself too seriously. I don't know what the deal was, but I was like watching it like, okay, I'm gonna need more. It just didn't give me, it was like a gag. Like, you take it off, you do it like once and it might make you smile for me for 1 or 2 seconds, but at some point I'm like, okay, what comes after this? I did not get the joke. It wasn't funny. It was just, bouncing, drooping titties for a minute and a half. So I wasn't here for it, and I didn't understand that. Now, another girl who tried my spirit, Trinity K. Bonet. When I tell you, I just wanted to grab sis by the shoulders and give her one old shake. Like, girl, what are you doing? Now, Trinity is from Atlanta. The girls in Atlanta do not play. If you've been watching Legendary, Sasha Sanchez was on there. Erica was on there. Simone. The girls from Atlanta came to slay on Legendary. Shout out to Legendary. If you haven't been watching it, it's another one that you should be watching. So the girls from Atlanta are some of the top performers in the country, primarily for pageant drag, right? It's not very innovative, again, in my point. So it really depends on the type of drag you like. But if you like pageant drag, if you like, beauty and a pulled together aesthetic, you're going to get that in Atlanta. And so when I see Trinity K. Bonet, that's what I'm expecting. Now, for the variety extravaganza, she decided that she was going to do comedy. Now, here's the trick to comedy. If you're going to do comedy, I need everyone out there to listen to this. If you're going to do comedy, you have to be funny. I'll say it again for the rest of y'all who snuck up in here and didn't pay your entrance fee. If you're going to do comedy, you have to be funny. So was not funny. It wasn't funny. She was stumbling over her words. There were these long gaps. You know, she got that recoiling snake sound that that they do on Drag Race. It was just like, Trinity. And I don't want, like, you know when you hear the cast announce and you hear who's going to be on there? Trinity, for me, is one of the girls that I got excited about. You know, and she's like, I'm going to do comedy. You know, I know a lot of the girls who've done comedy are the first ones to go home, but I'm here to break the curse. Now, she did break the curse, but the only reason she broke the curse was because it was a courtesy. The girls extended sis an olive branch for courtesy, and I don't know if it was just maybe based on name recognition or history or what have you, but all the girls performed, and after they performed, Serena Cha-Cha, for me, the bottom was Serena, definitely Trinity, and Yara Sophia. But Yara wound up winning. That's who they won. That's who won the variety challenge. So Yara won. So in the bottom you have Trinity and you have Serena. Serena ultimately went home when the girls voted. So there comes a lip sync challenge, and in the lip sync challenge they put Yara Sophia against Coco Montrese, and they lip synced to Janet Jackson, "Miss You Much." I was like, hey, I miss you much. Yes, I was here for every moment of the "Miss You Much" number. They should have did that cheer routine. If you know the Janet video, you know what I'm talking about. But they did "Miss You Much," and I don't remember Coco being a lip sync assassin, but Coco came on there and gave you what you needed to get, right? So Coco came on, she out lip synced Yara Sophia, and so Yara Sophia didn't get the $10,000, so it rolled over into next week's pot. And so since she won, she took out the lipstick of the girl who the girls voted for, and it was Serena's name on the lipstick. And I was just like, what? That lipstick was supposed to have Trinity's name on it. I'm sorry. You know, and like I said earlier in this video, I'm not here to play favorites. I know some of you girls are going to have your favorites, and because you have your favorites, you're going to be biased, but I'm not playing over here. Either you bring it or you don't. Trinity did not bring it. Trinity should have gone home. What she did on that stage was an embarrassment to her brand. Sorry. It was an embarrassment to her brand. And I don't know, I don't know if they edited it to look that way, if there were some funny jokes that we just didn't get to see on TV, because sometimes they will create a narrative. But if what appeared on TV was indicative of what she gave in person, you know, they should have been throwing rotten tomatoes at sis. How her name was not on that lipstick, I will not understand, you know. And if her name did appear on that lipstick, she should have just, I don't even know. If I'm sitting on the stage, having done what I've done during the challenge, next to Serena, and they say, mass trans, you know, you have been voted through, I don't even know if in good conscience I could rob someone else of that experience, knowing that I didn't deliver the way I was supposed to deliver. Do you know what I mean? So Trinity makes it through, and then we go to episode 2. So episode 2 is the blue ball. It starts off with a reading challenge. I believe, was it Ginger Man dread the kids? So Ginger Man won the reading challenge. And I'm just going to skip through this because this video is getting long. We're at 23 minutes, and I don't want to take up too much of y'all time. So we're going to skip through to the ball. So we get to the ball. The girls who stood out for me once again were Scarlett O'Hara. Scarlett Envy. Why do I keep calling this girl Scarlett O'Hara? Did I call her Scarlett O'Hara before? Scarlett Envy. Scarlett Envy has a look. Scarlett Envy has a point of view. Scarlett Envy for me is a standout. I'll tell you who my standouts are. I have Raja. I have Scarlett. I have Pandora Box. I have Ginger Minge. I have Pandora Box. Pandora Box and Ginger Minge may cancel each other out because they both sort of give the same thing to me. Who else is there that's a standout to me? I don't get, Yara Sophia can definitely sew and put together a look, but I find Yara Sophia annoying. I'm sorry, like when she comes on the screen, the voice, the personality, it's just like, can somebody turn this hoe down? Like, she's just loud and just, like a wind up toy that someone has wind, and she's just, like, I need you to bring that down. Like, I don't know. It's just, comment below once again if you're a Yara Sophia fan. I know you might feel away, but she just doesn't get me where I'm trying to go. She doesn't do it for me. So I have Scarlett, I have Ginger, I have Pandora, I have Raja. Akira is on the bubble. Like, again, Akira is one of those who's going to be sort of in the middle ground, and I'll tell you why. Akira is going to be safe into the middle because of her looks. And Akira gives you a clean, polished, finished look. Akira, to me, doesn't come across as a very strong performer. But I think she has enough that's going to keep her out of the bottom enough that she will sort of land in that mid-tier range. Silky Nutmeg Ganache is one of those ones for me that could be sort of high bottom or low middle. Does that make sense? And the rest of the girls are just there. So poor Jiggly. So Jiggly, by the way, is in the bottom of this episode, the blue ball. And we have a lip sync against Raja is lip syncing against Brooklyn Heights. Now, when Brooklyn Heights came out, I said, "Oh, RuPaul, you shady for that." You said you're gonna make this girl work for this $20,000. What I'm not gonna do, baby, is just give it away to you. So, no, they lip sync to Miss You Much. I forget what the girls lip sync to on the first episode, but Raja and Brooklyn Heights lip sync to Miss You Much. So they battled to Miss You Much. I'm not gonna lie, I was worried for sis. I was worried for Raja when I saw that was Brooklyn Heights, because Brooklyn Heights is a trained dancer. But Raja said, "Girl, I don't give a damn what." Girl, you better be trained for this whooping I'm about to put on you. Have you trained for that? Have you? Because girl, I'm not here to play with you. This is $20K. And I want all of it. I'm not here to be Monet Exchange, girl. What I will not do is split it, give it all to me. She gave Barry that. So Miss You Much comes out and the girl started, cartwheeling and splitting. And I will say this. Now, based on the lip sync, I thought in terms of their stunt value, the girls were both doing equal stunts. What made Raja's performance better than Brooklyn Heights for me is that if you are a Janet Jackson fan, then you saw Raja actually incorporating some of those Janet Jackson-esque mannerisms into her performance. And I was like, oh, okay, sis has been practicing. So Raja wins the lip sync, and it is Jiggly who Raja chooses to send home, and it's also Jiggly that the rest of the girls choose to send home. And I was like, you know what, Jiggly? They did you a favor, baby. They had to put you out your misery. You just weren't ready for this competition. Jiggly is a very sweet energy. And if this were the sweet energy race, these girls wouldn't stand a chance against Jiggly. But it is not. It is RuPaul's Drag Race. And Jiggly just doesn't have a point of view, right? And it doesn't seem like Jiggly has a team. You know, if you're a person who is not a visionary, if you're a person who cannot conceptualize and put things together, then you need people behind you that can. And Jiggly came across as very, as a beginner. Oh, shout out to Sonique. Why am I forgetting to mention her? Because I love Sonique's entrance look. I forgot to mention her. I loved her denim look. Sonique is not there to play either. How did I forget about Sonique? Why y'all let me forget about Sonique? How y'all let me almost go an entire video and not give honorable mention to Sonique? Sonique, I am sorry, sis. I'm sorry. Another standout. Another girl who was not there to play. She, during the extravaganza, Sonique did sort of this burlesque cabaret number, but sis gave it to you. How did I forget about that? I'm embarrassed. I'm ashamed of myself. I'm ashamed of me, but Sonique came through as well. I can't believe I was on the verge of closing this video out and didn't even mention Sonique. Lord forgive me. So, anyhow, again, shout out to you, Sonique. The girls sent Jiggly home, and as I was saying, Jiggly just wasn't ready. Jiggly just doesn't have the vision. She's a really kind girl, and she's one of the people that you root for. If you're like me, if you're a person who roots for the underdog, then you're definitely going to root for Jiggly, but I'm sorry, the right person went home. It should have been Trinity in the previous episode. Serena should still be there, but this week they got the right person. It was Trinity that was supposed to go home. But we'll see what happens next week. Keep in mind, my favorites so far is Raja and Scarlet Envy, Ginger Minge, Pandora Box, Scarlet Envy, Sonique. And then right there brimming is Akira Davenport, and that might change, so we'll see what happens. And I hope, let me say this before I go, Trinity, I hope you have a slow start, right? I hope you're just starting off slow, coming in, giving that slow motion, and you're gonna have a gradual build. Like, you didn't want to come in and give them everything you got. But the blue creative number with the blue unconventional material challenge, I didn't really like what Trinity gave. I didn't. Raja's outfit was, Scarlett O'Hara's outfit was, who else was, you know, those were some of the standouts for me. Anyhow, you guys, I am the Nash Trans. Thank you guys for tuning in to my first Drag Race review. I will be trying to do this weekly. We'll see how it goes. If you haven't checked out my other videos, make sure you do that. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and please share. Comment below. I know you Drag Race fans will definitely be in the comments because you guys do not play about your girls. And before we close out this video, I just want to leave you with this final message. Why be bitter when you can be better? I'm the Mass Trans, and I'll see you guys again in my next video. Mwah.